Ah, yes. Once again, it's time for another graphic novel review. But before we get started, let me throw a question at you. Why do people love mysteries? Why are they so mysterious? And is a mystery actually an enigma? A mystery wrapped within a riddle? Is there a clue in that opening statement? Who knows? I'm just talking. Anyway, we're going to be discussing one of my favorite graphic novels of all time, and I have quite a few, as you may have seen, and there's a lot more hopefully coming. I need to pay more attention. But my absolute favorite in an absolutely shining new format, and that would be Absolute Batman Hush. You see what I did there? Absolutely, absolute. No, nothing. Not even a titter. Tough room. Anyway, Absolute Batman Hush, where every Batman villain gets invited to the party. We're talking about. It has it all. Mysterious new bad guy. His name is Hush. We've got all the Batman drama you can deal with. Many, many plot twists. Plot twists. What's a plot twist? Plot twist. Because we're diving in, trying our best to. I'm new at this video thing. And spoilers. Oh, absolutely. So, first, let's set the stage a little bit. Batman's getting a nice little housewarming gift. Everybody he's ever fought is showing up, and let's say they've got a gripe with old Batsy Bats. There's Catwoman, there's Joker, Two-Face, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, Ra's or Raish Al Ghul. And the list keeps on going and going and going. It's everybody in here. It's a buffet. And those are not my words. I'm actually reading off a script. It's hard to keep track of who's who and who's throwing a punch and who's just getting a dark, overblown monologue. So let's give it a try, okay? Okay, here's the send. Here is the send-off and the setup. Someone is pulling Batman strings. I know it's not just Alfred pretending to be the villain for once, even though that would be interesting, I think. But this time it's a new guy on the block, as I mentioned before. It's Hush. And who's Hush? That's a good question. Well, it's not important, but trust me, it will be. It's always fun when Batman has to face off against his past, and by his past I mean a very troubling, go cry in the corner, oh, mommy and daddy aren't coming home anymore because they're in an alley and it's cold and I need a hug. That kind of fun. And as he digs deeper, we get a little lovely stroll through his history. Old wounds, all this type of trauma, which is always going to be unresolved. And oh yes, every villain. No stone is left unturned. And well, if Batman had a therapist, well, that therapist would probably have to get committed. Let's just rehash it all via nice panels where you get punched in the mouth and dark, brooding dialogue. Now, if you're wondering who's who in this ensemble cast of people Batman has pissed off lately, they're all here. There's the Joker. As always, he's the chaotic force behind everything. Catwoman. She's complicated. It's a complicated relationship with Bruce. They're involved, You know how it is. The kind where she robs you blind and then she cuddles up with you to say sorry. There's Two-Face. He's in there, being all tragic and talking about the duality of men. Scarecrow. He's sprinkling fear, toxins, and doing his thing as usual. Poison Ivy, she's out there. She pulls a number on Superman. Oh, yeah, he's in it, too. Ra's al Ghul, because really, can we have a Batman story without the League of Shadows? I am the League of Shadows, here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny, or something like that. And the Riddler, why is he here? I don't know. What's he doing here? What? Trust me. There's a reason why he's here. And Harley Quinn, because she can't be anywhere without her pudding. So, of course, the big reveal of Hush, because it wasn't a twist. Would it really be a Batman story? If you didn't guess it by now, Hush is Bruce's childhood friend, Tommy Elliot, who's just been a tad bitter about the fact that, well, Bruce is having a better life. And spoiler alert, he's the mastermind behind it all. I don't think you're shocked because this story has been around for quite some time. Me neither. But the execution, very, very nice. So, let's sum it all up, shall we? Absolute Batman hush. Essentially, Batman being forced to confront everything he's ever done wrong. And really, when you've got a rogues gallery like this one, Joker, Two-Face, Riddler, Catwoman, is Catwoman really a rogue, or is that just a toxic relationship waiting to blow up? I'm not sure. But maybe Batman should just try to retire, open up a bed and breakfast for troubled souls, and everybody sit around commiserating about how their life sucks. But until then, we get this beautiful mess of a story. It's beautiful art, great drama, and a series of enemies so varied that you're just waiting for someone to bring out a hot dog cart and make it a full-on three-ring circus. But listen, if Batman can survive this, well, maybe we all can. Just, without the whole Dark Knight brooding in rain thing. I'm not good in the rain. No, thank you. With a nice umbrella, maybe a coat, and maybe a hat, and some proper rain gear, and some shoes. You know what? I'm drifting. And that's the absolute Batman hush experience. Now, I have to ask, what did you think? Did you try to apply things in Batman hush to yourself? Well, you know what? If you haven't, maybe you should try. Maybe you should give it a read. It's a pretty thick book. I mean, look at this. It's pretty big, yeah. And also, it comes in this absolutely. That was a genuine absolutely, actually. It comes in a genuinely fine box. It says Hush on the cover. See? Hush. Hush. See? Look at that. On the back, on the front. So, it's a wild ride of nostalgia, new revelations, and well, a lot of people Batman has really irritated beyond repair. So what's next? Probably another crisis, because apparently Gotham just loves drama. They say that they compare Gotham and New York City. If New York City was as bad as Gotham, I would leave, and I love New York. Actually, I don't love it anymore. It's broken my heart too many times to imagine, but that's just another story about my traumas. Well, until next time, keep reading, and remember, Gotham's finest hero is just one bad day away from losing it all. You're welcome. But if you have any ideas about what next to cover, I'm considering another Batman graphic novel, The Long Halloween. That's even twice as big as this particular book. It's a long mob story about a serial killer named Holiday who only does his deeds on holidays. Convenient. So next time, my freaky ones, my freaky darlings, and all you beautiful nerds, geeks, and lames out there, you be easy.